Hi there friends, how are you? Today we are going to study conditionals. They are also called the if clauses. In English, there are four types of conditionals. Conditional type 0, conditional type 1, conditional type 2, and conditional type 3. This video will be devoted to conditional type 0 and conditional type 1. So let's get started. Let's begin with conditional type 0, when it is used. So, conditional type 0 is used to talk about general and scientific truths. For example, if you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. This is a scientific truth which does not change everywhere and every time. When water reaches 100 degrees, of course, it boils. Another example, you succeed if you work hard. It is generally approved that when people work hard, they succeed, which means that hard work equals success. So on this basis, conditional type 0 is used. Now, let's move to the form. Let's see how conditional type 0 is formulated. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. As you see here, you have two sentences or two clauses. The one that starts with if is called the if clause. The other sentence is the main clause. When we start with the if clause, comma is obligatory. When you start with the main clause, if joins the two sentences. Okay? So now, the form of conditional type 0 is the following. So we start with if plus subject, okay, plus the verb. So the verb in which tense? The verb is present simple. Present simple. So this is the if clause. Then the main clause is made up of subject plus verb, also present simple. Present simple. So as you see, in both if clause and main clause, the verb is present simple. So present simple, present simple. So this is the form of conditional type 0. If plus subject plus verb present simple, subject plus verb present simple. Okay, so let's practice and learn more the form of conditional type 0. Okay, so for example, if the temperature, okay, then you have the verb go between brackets, below 0, comma, water, and then you have the verb freeze between brackets. Another example, if individuals, okay, for example, verb practice, sport, okay, they, the verb to be between brackets, healthy. Okay, so let's apply the form of conditional type 0. So as I told you before, you have verb present simple in the if clause and also verb present simple in the main clause. So what is the form of go? If the temperature, if we want to replace the temperature with the subject pronoun, it's it. Okay, so if it or if the temperature, so what is the form of go? Of course, it's goes. I go, you go, we go. He goes, she goes, it goes. So you have here the temperature goes below 0, water. So water, it's also it. So what is the form of freeze? Freezes. S. Okay? If the temperature goes below 0, water freezes. So present simple, present simple. Second example, if individuals. So here you have individuals. We are going to replace it with they. So if individuals of if they. So what is the form of practice? So it's a practice, no change. If individuals practice sports, they. So what is the form of to be in the present with they? They are, of course, they are healthy. So here we apply the form of conditional type 0. So this is concerning conditional type 0. Let's move now to conditional type 1. Form and use. So conditional type 1 is used to talk about possibilities in the present or in the future, or in the future. Or it is used to talk about things that are likely to happen either in the present or in the future. For example, if Ahmed gets his back degree, okay, comma, he will continue his studies abroad. Okay? Or another example, if you say sorry, I will forgive you. Okay? So here, as you see, we have also the if clause and the main clause. So if Ahmed gets his back degree is the if clause, he will continue his studies abroad is the main clause. If you say sorry, for example, now, I will forgive you. So in both examples, you have possibilities either in the present like example number 2 and in the future like example number 1. Now, what is the form of conditional type 1? Okay, so form, if we start with the if clause, you have if plus subject, so if Ahmed, now plus verb. So the verb in which tense? So here, as you see, the S of the present, so if plus subject plus verb present simple. Okay, comma. Now the main clause. So what is the form of the main clause? You have subject plus the modal will plus verb bare infinitive. So verb bare infinitive, verb without to, because we have the modal. Okay, subject plus will plus verb bare infinitive. In general, we have will, but sometimes you can have either can or may. Can or may plus verb bare infinitive. Okay, so as you see, in the if clause you have verb present simple. In the main clause you have the modal plus verb bare infinitive. So let's practice and learn more the form of conditional type 1. Okay, so for example, if you have the verb save, enough money, comma, I, and then you have the verb travel, okay, to Spain next vacation. Next vacation. So here you have possibility in the future. So if I apply the form, so in the if clause I have verb present simple. So what is the form of save in this in the if clause? So if I save enough money, then the main clause, okay, it's made up of subject plus will plus verb bare infinitive. So you apply the form. So it will be, if I save money, I will, then verb bare infinitive. I will travel to Spain next vacation. Clear? Another example. If Naima, for example, you have the verb fail, the exam, okay, her parents, for example, not be happy. Okay, so if we apply the form in the if clause, you have verb present simple. So what is the form of fail in this sentence? So if Naima, if she fails, of course, we need the S of the present. If Naima fails the exam, comma, now the main clause, subject plus will plus verb infinitive, her parents, but here you notice that we have not, okay? So we'll start with will, the model, plus not, okay? Because the negation is always attached to the auxiliary. Will not or want. The short form. Want. Then verb to be, bare infinitive. So want, be. Okay? If Naima fails the exam, comma, her parents won't be happy. Okay? Is it clear? Good. So I hope you understand conditional type 0 and conditional type 1 form and use. Meet you soon with conditional type 2. Until then, take care and thank you for watching.